Hello everyone. Today we have with us Gaurav Saxena. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for graciously accepting to share your thoughts and your knowledge of working in different companies to help those people who are willing to get into the field of data science and AI. And for your audience, Gaurav has worked with companies such as Genpact. He worked with WNS Global Services, and now he is working with Nokia as a senior data analytics expert. And people who work in the different companies in the space of data would be the right people to tell you on what kind of interesting work happens in their companies and how should you actually prepare yourself and gear up yourself to get into this field of data science and data analytics and AI, ML, the data field basically. So Gaurav, thank you so much for joining in.
Thanks for
And
inviting me.
so the first question that we wish to ask you is, what are the interesting projects or what is the interesting work which is happening in the industries that you have already worked in or in the company that you're currently working in? Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, so I'll mainly talk about telecom industry. I'm currently working with Nokia, which is a telecom company. And since the rise of AI, a lot of beautiful activities are happening in the telecom industry in terms of AI. And AI has significantly transformed the telecom industry. The sector is experiencing rapid growth driven by connectivity demands and massive mobile penetration. I'll briefly talk about some of the areas in which AI has really impacted the telecom industry. First one would be network optimization and management. So here, in terms of network optimization and management, things like predictive maintenance and resource allocation, particularly of bandwidth, and AI has contributed a lot in 5G rollout support as well. So companies are really using AI to develop a very good and very effective predictive maintenance program, and so that they can minimize the downtime and enhance service reliability. Then the companies in telecom industry are also using AI to enhance customer experience. Like you must have seen with Airtel or some other companies, they are really offering very personalized customer service. They are having chatbots or systems which provide proactive support. They are also using AI for sentiment analysis, which enables these companies to gauge customer emotions through their interactions. It can be from calls, social media, emails, which basically allows them to respond quickly to any kind of dissatisfaction or complaints. Then, particularly in telecom companies industry, companies are using AI for fraud detection and prevention. So things like anomaly detection in payment systems, particularly, or real-time authentication. AI is widely being used, and particularly areas like minimizing fraudulent SIM swaps or unauthorized transactions. Then another area where AI has really made an impact is improving the revenue streams. So nowadays, companies, particularly telecom companies, have identified new revenue streams for monetization, and they have really built systems around the customer insights, and they are also doing target marketing. They are also using AI for churn prediction and different opportunities for upselling and cross-selling. So all this is basically aimed at increasing the average revenue per user, ARPU, which is a main KPI of a telecom industry. Then I would say that AI has really contributed, and companies are really leveraging AI for very projects like IoT or smart city. They are really enabling the smart city projects, and AI is making a huge contribution in that. Then companies are using AI for improving the operational efficiency, particularly in sales domain, and reducing the cost as well in terms of supply chain management as well. Then I know that there are also many applications in terms of data security and privacy. So the telecom companies currently in India are investing heavily in AI-based security, cyber security. There are a lot of concerns around data privacy and regulatory pressures also there. So companies really have to be on their toes to tackle such kind of issues in terms of data security and privacy. So companies are really focusing a lot on providing an extra layer of security against things like cyber attacks or handling sensitive customer data. So this was some brief things in which the telecom industries are really leveraging AI, and they are harnessing the power of AI.
External damage would over a period of time lead to internal damage also, thereby causing some destruction. So as opposed to people climbing up the tower each time, there'll be hundreds and thousands of towers across, right? And you have telecom towers. People periodically climb up the telecom towers to check whether the components on that tower are intact or not. Is there an external damage or not? Internal damage, we anyways will come to know because it will stop generating data. But external damage is something that you have to go physically look at it and then determine. External damage would over a period of time lead to internal damage. So as opposed to people climbing up the tower each time, there'll be hundreds and thousands of towers across, right? So we resorted to drone-based technology where you fly drone, get the images, and then determine whether that particular component is faulty or not. This is one thing. Second thing is in the space of customer management, if internet isn't working on your mobile, probably you'll call the customer service and ask them, right? Or say that, my internet isn't working. As opposed to you calling them and they, trying to understand what problem you have. The moment you call, the moment the customer service rep answers your call, they will also get a prediction saying that, hey, this guy was trying to open a specific website and probably this person is calling you to talk about the internet issue that he or she has on the mobile, right? While they're using the telecom service. So when someone answers your call, they might proactively tell that, hey, thank you, Gaurav, for calling. I believe you're facing internet issue. If that is the case, let me help you. That would give you more personalized touch. That someone else already knows that you're facing customer issue. These are a couple of interesting projects which we have been dealing with in Malaysia. And thank you so much, Gaurav. For that exhaustive list. Now, another question is, Gaurav, the research says that there are 8 lakh students coming out of engineering stream. Majority of them are from BTech in data science, BTech in AI, ML, right? While we know that textbook examples, textbook data sets are straightforward, and it starts from the assumption that data would directly come to you, and then you apply the algorithm, right? As opposed to that, real world is very different, wherein you understand the business problem, you get the data, you curate the data. And if you take telecom example, there will be millions and millions of transactions every single day. How would you process such huge data? It is a question mark. But students who are coming out of engineering colleges or who are aspiring to get into this field, working professionals, when they get trained, they spend limited time, and they're also not spending sufficient time on working on these kind of large data sets, basically. Hence, I believe it's becoming difficult for them to get a job in the industry. That is where there is a gap between academia and industry. How do you think people should upskill themselves to overcome this challenge and successfully get into this field of data science and AI, thereby, meeting their objectives? Yeah, over to you, Gaurav.
Yeah, so that's a very great question, and this is a problem which many people come across, and I get a lot of such messages on LinkedIn as well. So this is a big problem for students, I know. And, data science is a very evolving field and a very big field. Apart from the academics, which basically includes knowledge about mathematics, stats, programming skills, maybe Python and all, and the data handling and manipulation tools like SQL or databases, or some ML algorithms and, handling big data, cloud computing. Those kind of things skills are required. But see, as an aspirant, I would say that we have an aspirant must focus on a few things, such as follow a lot of research papers and publications. All the aspirants must follow a lot of articles and different research papers and publications. They are great source to learn new things and new technologies which are coming up, new advancements in this field. Then I would also recommend that they should create a project portfolio maybe on GitHub or Kaggle, and demonstrate their practical experience. Try out new things, pick up any data, big or small, and try to implement those things. Highlight your work on LinkedIn or Kaggle or GitHub or such platforms. Then I would say networking is very important. Join as many AI communities, or you can attend webinars or engage with professionals, seek some guidance. But most importantly, my approach would be, if I would have been an aspirant, my approach would have been to start small and build gradually. So maybe I would have started with something very foundational, maybe in machine learning or data science, and then gradually tackle more specialized areas such as deep learning or NLP or computer vision. Then I would do some hands-on practice, engage in some real-time projects, internships or competitions. It can be anything on Kaggle as well, to gain some practical experience. And once I get some exposure and I have already spent some time, maybe a couple of years in data science, then I can focus on a niche area within data science. So it can be NLP or computer vision or reinforcement learning or anything which interests you or which basically sets you apart. So in this way, aspirants can grow in this field without getting overwhelmed or without, trying to learn a lot in one go. So that would be my approach if I have to advise somebody as an aspirant. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for those keen insights and inputs for the aspirant. So a few key things which Gaurav has spoken about is start small, try to have broader understanding of all the different subjects and concepts. Then once you get into this field of data science, then get into the depth of the data science. Choose one of the broad areas, like maybe you might want to work on textual data, or maybe you might want to work on videos and images, etc. And then gain more expertise on that. And also Gaurav was very clearly insisting y'all to work on a lot of real world projects. Who is going to give you the real world project? Go approach companies. No one would say, I'll not give you an opportunity, right? As long as you're willing to do it for free. There's nothing. I mean, if you go to companies and say, pay me and then I'll do work, they'll say, hey, you don't have knowledge, right? If you have knowledge, we'll pay you. So don't get into that zone. Provide your free service as internships, as interns, and then gain sufficient experience. Right? And there are a lot of competition websites also. But the only glitch is you'll not be able to experience the entire life cycle. But nevertheless, as Gaurav was saying, that is a good start for you all. Start small and then build on top of it. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for your insights and input. I'm certain that's going to help a lot of aspirants. Thank you.
Thanks again. All the best. Thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure is ours. All the best for your career, and please stay in touch. Thank you so much.